Hello and welcome back. My name's Corey and you're my rubber ducks for the evening. And this is the series where we are creating Tang, a custom programming language, and we're doing it from scratch. That is a terminal window in Vim and modernish C++, a few tools like Bison and Flex and ICU, Google Test, and our wits. That's the only weapons we've got. As I've said, this is in previous episodes. This is all live coding. Nothing up my sleeves. I don't have anything pre-prepared. And in fact, normally about this time, I'll say, look, the last commit we did was the end of episode 54, which, again, is recorded. And if I say get status, there are no changes stored away. So everything that I'm going to do is going to flow from this point. And on the right hand side, in fact, we'll just say make clean and then start our make test. So it will start the recompile. All right, so what do we want to do? We are going to start adding a hash map type of data structure. And internally, we'll just call it a map. But different languages call it different things. Just an object in JavaScript, I guess, or a dictionary in Python. Map or a hash map, I guess, in again, a few other languages. What are we going to do? Well, we are going to build this structure. And it is closely related to an array. So I think we're going to copy that. So let's start there. Well, first, might as well do our makefile. Add it there. So I want to call it a map. So how far in do I need to go? If else, index, float, identifier, integer. So it's going to go after integer. That's fine. And we're going to call it map. Yeah. Okay, we're also going to need to create a computed expression for that. So why did I stop to say yeah? Because there's two things. First of all, we have to be able to declare one in our code. That's going to be the AST node map. And then we need to be able to represent one as a computed expression. So we need a computed expression map. And that's going to be float, integer, or iterator end, error. And I guess we'll put it right before the string. And now, so where did the AST node go? Right before the print. Okay. So here, what is it? Is it dot comma dot plus 4 substitute print for, what did I call this? Map. Okay, that worked. And what was the other one? Was it the computed expression string? Yeah. And instead of print map, we'll call it string map. Okay, so now it's going to complain that these don't exist. That's fine. Let's copy the include for, which one did I say? Array. So AST node array to AST, include AST node, what are we calling this? Map.hpp. And we will do the same thing for the include for the computed expression array to be include computed expression map.hpp. All right, and what else? The source for AST node array will now become the source AST node map.cpp, and the source for computed expression array will become source computed expression map.cpp. All right, so now we're going to definitely edit the test program, and then the include for the AST node map, source AST node map, include for not AST node, computed expression map, and then the source for the computed expression map. And then we're not going to need to add anything to Flex, but we will need to do some stuff with Bison, and we'll also need the include opcode, because we're going to need to add an opcode to create the array from the source code, just like to create the map from the source code, just like we did want to create the array from the source code. And then last but not least, we will need the source program dump, and then source program execute. Yeah, that should be everything. Let's start off. We're going to define what we want this to look like. So we've got array index, but that was creating an array as well. Let's do a couple other things. And just get this ready. All right, so what do we want this to say? We want this to say A is equal to, and I think, can we have an open parentheses, close parentheses as an empty object? It can be a code block, but can it be an empty object? This may cause problems. We will find out. We may have to change this terminology. We could even do something like a colon there to say it's an object. In fact, I kind of like that idea. Okay. And then what would need to go after it? Print a foo. So I think execute. We don't need the .get result. We need out. And what should it be? It should print out nothing. However, what would this test? This would test that an empty object can be created What if I just say print no, okay, so the best thing to do would be to do that, where it's and then yank 7 there. I wanted to copy it because now I'm going to change it. First is that we're just going to create an empty object, and we're expecting it to be returned. So instead of execute, I will put this back as get result, and then it should be, what would I compare against an empty object? I don't know. We'll come back to this. For this, if I say foo is equal to 5, I want it to print out a 5. And if I say foo is equal to 5 and bar is equal to 3, and then print a sub bar a sub foo, I want it to print out 35. And this is not that and this is a value can be recovered via a key. Have no idea why it did so many, but can be, I don't want it to be recovered. I think it should be set and retrieved via a key. And then this would be multiple values can be set and retrieved. All right. And then this would be unassigned values. So instead of this, I'm going to put, whoops, Baz. And it should output nothing. Unassigned values return nothing. And yeah, I can do it this way. I would expect if I say get result that it be an error of some sort. I don't have to rerun the execute, so okay. That is probably good for right now. And Oh, this, I was like, what is it saying here? Source create, source create. This is telling it. So the way that this watch script works is that it, I guess I notify. I think that's what it's using. So these are changes that are happening. So deleted test.cpp when I hit save. So that that's what caused that. All right, we've got a test script that should fail once we finally get this work and compile. So we want to now go on to the next thing. So that is the AST node map. And in order to do this, we need to do a global find and replace the word array in all caps, and we'll change that with map. There we go, and we'll do the same thing with the title case array with the title case map. That's good. That a hash map literal. Okay, that's fine. And the contents are going to be the contents of the hash map. I think I'm going to add here just as additional to say keys can only be strings. That's not a lot I'm adding, but it's somewhat. Okay, so now we've got a vector, and we want to, the contents are the contents of the map. That's fine. Contents, the compile pre-process. I'm happy with that, I think. And contents, I think we're good there. Let's do the next one. So we need to replace all the maps with arrays. We don't need to do anything to the constructor. When we're outputting it, we can say map. And then this is fine. Now, I will say, and so instead of item so what I'm doing, the contents is a map. So when we do the ranged for in C++, item is going to be a pair that has an arrow first and arrow second. That's fine. What I'm trying to think of is we can do first arrow dump. That should be right, except it's probably item dot first arrow dump, and then what am I needing? I'm needing it to be indent plus that. Okay, so that will dump the key. And now I can then say, oops. Hitting the wrong buttons. So plus a colon, new line, plus item dot second dump indent plus 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that 4. That should work. Okay, so for the compile pre-process, we want to do item dot second and item dot first, because first I'm thinking it could be something else, but for right now, we'll leave it as this. Okay, first or second. And then to do the compile, it's going to be item dot first compile, item dot second compile, and now we need an opcode. So let's just call it map. That doesn't exist yet, but that's what we're going to do. And then tell it how many items, content size. That should work. No, it did not. Why? Is it because... So, oh, it is a shared pointer. So it's not dot first. It needs to be arrow first on all of these. Okay. Easy enough to fix. Arrow second here as well. Arrow first. Arrow second. Arrow first. Arrow second. Oh! Yeah, I made a mistake. In the previous one, this is not going to take a vector. It takes a I know I just stopped, but it's because I'm thinking. It needs to take a map of a standard string well, if the map is not going to like it if I try to give it an AST node. So I'm just going to leave it at this for the moment. So instead of vector, I need map. And this is also a map of a standard string, comma shared pointer. Okay. And now this, we need to update the constructor to a map of a string, comma shared pointer. And the other thing is I need to pound include string. And now first is item arrow first is a string. And I don't need to pre-process this then. And I don't need to compile it. Ooh. Yes, I do. How do we compile a string? I think we need to have it as... So we're going to need to pound include AST node string. Why did I put a semicolon there? No idea. And we're going to need to... Yeah. We will say... AST node string, and we're going to feed it item arrow first and this arrow location, and just call compile on program. Will that work? We're about to find out. Oh, now. See, I was right in the first place. Item. It should be a dot. I just hadn't changed it to a map yet. All right, and unused variable on 18 because we don't need it. What else? Location is private. Because I'm in a child class. I was like, why is I'm in the same class? Nope. So the source AST, no, not source. Include AST node. This should not be private. It should be protected. That way my child classes can access that. I'm still going to have issues because I haven't gotten to the computed expression array yet. But we're about there. Okay, well, it says it doesn't know what opcode map is. That's fine. You know what? Let's go ahead and add that opcode. And then that way we can restart the compile and all that. So after array, I think we're going to add map. So get len pop len value, then key pairs because they're in reverse order. Putting them into a map. All right, so here I'm going to make clean and now just have it restart the build. And it's after array, so map. Okay. So now we need to do the buffer for computed expression array. So if we'll just substitute array for map and do the same thing for the title case of array to map. And now, what does this need? Val. Oh, so it's messed up in array. We may need to edit that. But this is going to be contents, and this is going to be the map of key value pairs. And this is going to not be a vector. It's going to be a map of string. So it's going to be, here we go, map of string garbage collected, contents. And we're probably going to need all of those things, except we know we're not going to need slice. And we're going to do an iterator. I think we're going to do an iterator. Sure. All right. What are the array contents? This should be the map contents, and this is a map of string contents. And now let's do the change here for all the title case stuff. We're not going to need to have the, where's the slice? The slice is huge. There. Okay, now we'll go to the top and see what we need to do. Okay, computed expression map. And we need a map of string and then garbage collected values. That's fine. If we're going to dump it, we're going to do that if it is. So this puts them all on one line. No, this will probably be fine. S plus equals item dot first plus colon plus item as code item dot second. We'll see how that looks. Is a copy needed? Yes, we'll say that. And for the make copy, the new contents is going to be a map of string and garbage collected. We'll say the new contents. Do we have a dot reserve? That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. C++ map. And go to a reference. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. All right, so no reserve. Going through, and we're going to say item dot second is a copy needed. And if yes, then it's going to be, and it's not new contents, it's going to be item sub, new content sub item dot first is equal to that. There we go. So for each item, we'll set the hash value to be if we need a copy, then we'll make a copy. Otherwise, just pass the item itself, garbage collected, and computer expression map, new contents. I think we're good there. Okay, so for the index, it's a garbage collected value, and here we don't want integer, we want string. And in computer expression string, do we have a something to get the string out with? Remember, we don't want to use the friend function approach like we used last time. So docs HTML index. And now we'll put this back on the test. There we go. And under our classes, computer expression string. We don't have a get value. Well, dump might be used for something else. So what did we call that for computer expression integer? We had get value, quite literally, get value. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. So we need to edit the, this is in the string, so it's under include computer expression string, and we're going to add a at the bottom, and we didn't even do get value const there. Wait, it was a Unicode string, not just a string. Let's do that. A Unicode string get value. All right, and edit the source for the computed expression string. And now we need a Unicode string get value const return this arrow val. Okay. So in case you're wondering, this right here, no rule to make target Unicode map. I just realized what it's doing. If we edit the makefile Unicode map, it's because I copied the string, and yeah, we don't need. And then I did a replace, so it was Unicode string because that's what's at the end. So are there any others here? Computed expression error. This does use the Unicode string, though. Unicode. I'm going to leave that there. Let that do its thing. All right, so let's go back to 5. That is, okay, so back to our map. Okay, so string. We're converting it to a string. Get value. We're calling that I. Let's call it S. Why not? If S dot length so it has is not an empty string. We'll just say this arrow contents dot count of s dot of s. So, and I'm assuming it's going to do an implicit conversion to a string here. And if not, I'll just cast it. But we're saying that if it exists, then return it. Else, make a computed expression error. Index value not in map. How about that? Index value not in map. And this can be index is an empty string. And we're just going to then in map. Okay, so index value not in map. That should work. Now, assign index. Again, we need it to be a string. Auto index convert, we'll call that S. And S dot length byte length. If there's a byte length, then that means index is not an empty string. And now I don't need to worry, I just need to set it. Index is an empty string. And what we're going to do, we're going to return an error. Index do we need to do this? Because, I mean, maybe we just need to say if s dot byte length content sub s. There we go. Otherwise, return the default error. So we can probably actually do the exact same thing up here. If s.byte length oh. Well, one moment. Needs to be return equals no equal there. Just return it. Nope, nope, nope. I'm wrong. I didn't read everything that I was doing. Index should get a value, so we need to definitely make sure that it does exist. Okay, so I do want to keep if there is. If there's not, that should be just a standard error. Okay, then if that return that. I can live with this. Okay, so we try to convert it into a string. If it is, then that else return the default. We'll see. Maybe I don't like the default error message. So for the assign, we're basically doing the same thing. And this does need to be a return of that. Okay, so as a string, return it as code? Sure, let's see what happens. Getting errors. Oh, this looks like a template error. Unicode string has no member named byte length. Oh, bytes. Really? Why did I call it bytes length? I don't know. There. And we use it here again. Now what? Oh. Well. What it is I've mentioned this before. By using the angle brackets, if it doesn't exist, it will include it. But we just, so therefore it would no longer be const, which is what we've declared the dunder index thing. So we just have to use .add. Okay, now what do we not like? I'm looking for something that I recognize in my code. Computer expression map error, line 41. Oh, it's protected. If I don't have it as an ampersand, I don't think that that's going to fix it. It doesn't like it down there either. To set this arrow contents. So, okay. It's not liking me trying to add it to the contents. This arrow contents sub S. Why? I mean, it just means we've got to figure out the puzzle here. So I'm going to go to the first one. Oh, that's in 41. This is make a copy. What? I mean, of course, it's const. It's protected when calling the second. So what I'm wondering, I'm going to pull up my documentation. No. Didn't I just have this open? Or is it Firefox? There we go. Garbage collected. Copy move, copy move. It's protected. How did I do it with the array, though? Source, computed expression, array. Just called either make copy or yeah. We pushed it back. So here, so I'm going to look at my include for garbage collected, because this is the problem. So I can make one. Now, what's the problem here? Okay, so edit the source for garbage collected. What I'm wanting to see is I've got this make copy and it calls the ref make copy, but I think I just want to call the copy constructor. Yeah. So can I, here's the question. So the second make copy should be fine. If I just call garbage collected and feed it item.second, will that do away with one of the errors? No. So now my question is it just the fact, or is it how I'm setting the map? So to find that out, let's go back. I don't care if you've been updated. I guess I have more than one window open. It will return it. Insert or assign? This is new. I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. Um, insert feels safer to me. Oh, wait. Oh, that was insert. Oh, and I need a pair. You know what? I can do that. Insert item dot first, comma, item dot second, close curly brace there. So get the error on both. Nope, it liked that. Just get rid of that. I figured what was happening is it was trying to create an empty value and then assign it into or move it into it, since I was using the square bracket. And now the question is, should I use insert or assign? Is it going to give me an error if I do that? Doesn't like that. Okay. Well, I mean, I didn't really read it that closely, so we'll just go back. Okay. 69. There we go. There we go, and now we can just there. Just return value. Oh. What am I doing wrong? A map has no member named assigned. Oh. It's insert. Well, it's in an assignment. My test. This should be test expression array index. So this should be test expression map. Still not going to work, but hopefully it should at least compile. What are we missing? It's saying, hey, it doesn't know what to do with get iterator and iterator next. Oh, I didn't finish 5. Okay, so that was the assign index. String. Did I not have? Where's the stuff for get iterator and iterator next? Computed expression array. Where is get iterator and iterator next? I must have accidentally removed them because that should have been before assign index. So this is no longer going to be array. This should be map. This should be map and, oh boy. What's the best way of iterating through? So in the map, we've got the wrong window. Got a couple things. First of all, we've got these iterators. But so there's size to get the number. The problem is this is we'll extract help. No, it doesn't look like it. So what we can do is on iterator next, we can say if index is greater than or equal to, nope, size was correct, then just it's the end. Otherwise, now the problem is we have to say, you know, auto I is equal to this arrow contents dot begin. Yeah, while I++ is less than this contents dot size be no, actually, that is not right. I mean, actually, none of this is right. Okay. Can we do that? And I never remember on the iterators if so if the index is greater than or equal to size, so if there's 0 things in it, index is going, and they ask for the 0th item, it will still give iterator end. But if there's 1 thing in it, then it's going to pass that. And now we're going to say iter is this contents begin, I is equal to 0, while 0 is less than whatever I'm asking for, increase iterator. And just, you know what, just I could leave it like that, and just say iter. Can I say plus plus iter? I want to know. And then return. So iterator is the item and I should be able to say arrow. Okay, iter arrow second. Now, what did I just mess up is the question. No, that's not what I want it to return. Obviously, it compiled, but we got stack is empty, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, because we haven't told it how to do any thing. But what I want this to return is I actually want it to return an array. So we're going to say garbage collected make computed expression array, and we're going to feed it in iter another garbage collected make computed expression string. Give it a string that is iter arrow first, comma, iter arrow second, close that. Okay, this should compile at least. Oh no, it didn't. Expression error. computed expression array because I didn't pound include it yet. Computed expression array, probably do that. So it doesn't like the way I'm constructing the array. We can go back to this. So computed expression array. What does my constructor look like? It needs to be a vector of garbage collected items. Oh, just a vector of garbage collected items. Just for the moment. Pair. Okay. Still isn't working because Bison doesn't know how to handle this. But we're pretty close actually at the moment. So now I just want to know if this will work. So weird. I guess as long as I'm explicit about what I'm giving it as a constructor, it's okay. All right, let's tell Bison how to understand this, shall we? Bison, hey, it's the next one. So we're going to need to do a couple things. First of all, we've already got all the tokens. That's why we don't have to add anything to flex. However, do we need to do anything here? The answer is yes. We need, just like we had an expression list, we need, so this is a vector of shared pointers to AST nodes. We need this to be pair of a string followed by an AST node. And this is going to be, instead of expression list, we will call this map list. Can we do that? I think so. So map list. So it's going to be a vector of string AST node pairs. All right, so map list. Let's go down to our expressions. Well, we need map list, right? We've got expression list. Let's oh wait. This is not right. As a function call or an array declaration. Okay. So what should map lists look like? It's either a colon by itself, in which case it is an empty list, vector of pair of string, comma, Tang, AST node. 3 of those there. So now it may be, so we need identifier colon expression. In which case we'll say it is that, but can we push back the identifier expression? Can I do that? See if it gives me, oh yeah, because I don't have the, I should have a semicolon there and I didn't. I just want to see if it's gonna. Do I have one too many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, just saying it's useless because we're not referencing it yet, but that's fine. So, 278, somewhere around here. Map list, alrighty. Alright, so what this is saying, so identifier colon, identifier, lastly, comma, identifier colon. And can I add a trailing comma? Okay, first of all, this needs to be, instead of, it needs to be $1 dot push back identifier expression, and then $1. All right, so this is saying if I've got a map list and I have another identifier expression, just push that back, identifier expression, and then that's what I return up is the original map list. So when I see the first one, I create a vector. If I see nothing. So this is the, yeah, that, and then lastly, if I see a map list followed by just a single that, in fact, it will default to that. Again, it's probably going to say, yeah, it's useless because I'm not referencing it yet, but we're about to. So map list. This is an expression. Where are all of our expressions? Here they are. Where's the array one? Here's the array. Let's just put it there. Map list. Gotta find the right buttons. And then this needs to be a closing curly brace. ST node map, and then did I pound include? AST node map? Probably not. Okay, now it doesn't like any of that. Let's fix it. There's enough errors. Wrong number of template arguments. 1 should be 2. Oh, okay. Where is that? Tang parser.hpp. That's... Let's look for the word pair. Not there, not there. Ah, that's it. That's probably why, because I could have sworn I needed 4. Bison didn't give me a shift reduce conflict, so that's good. We still haven't written the code for how to process it. That is, how to execute the opcodes. It's okay, we've got another error. Oh. So it doesn't like line 281. Pair of a string followed by an AST node. Can I write that is the question. So no, it's not liking that. I think I have one too many. Same problem here. So we go about 1 by 1. I'm only using 1 core on this. So wait, I passed it. All right. 281, no match for operator equal. Operands are a vector standard pair of a string and AST node, and vector of a pair of a basic string and an... Oh! Should be a shared pointer to an AST node, and I'm just passing an AST node. Oh. Oh. Is that right? I would think that I should always be doing shared pointers. So is that the problem? Is that this should be a standard shared pointer to an AST node? Maybe that's why I had so many closing ones, and then this should as well be a standard shared pointer to an AST node. And then yeah, this says it should be a shared pointer. Okay. Something's still not right. There. Okay. Identifier was not 285. What? 285. Oh, not it shouldn't be that. It should be $1, and then expression should be $3. Okay, that was stupid. And same problem here. Should be $3 and $5. Sometimes you just fall asleep, evidently. Now what do you not like? $538. AST node map. No matching function for call to AST node map with a pair of that's odd. So I'm on 6. Let's go back to number 2. It's a map that takes a string and a shared pointer to an AST node, and then a location. What am I giving it? A vector of a pair of string and a shared pointer to an AST node, and then a location. So I'm probably doing something silly. And I am tired. It's 1:30 in the morning. Oh! This is a map. The other is a vector. That would be a difference. Which one do I want? Well, this is a map, so we're constructing a map. That's what we need. We need a map. Okay. That answers that question. So, map list, first of all, should not be a vector. It should be a map of, is that right? No. It does need to be a vector because we need to evaluate everything in order. So for this case, it is correct for it to be a vector. So map list, here I've got it as a vector. There I've got it as a vector. Down here. So the problem is right here. A vector of standard pair of, yep. All right. Let's go up here. Vector. Vector of a pair of string. Okay. And now this needs to be a vector of pair of string stnode. There we go. And now this will still work. Contents is a vector that we're iterating through, but it's a vector of pairs, so therefore item is still going to use dot first and dot second. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. Okay, it's compiling. We haven't written the bytecode, so we're still getting these weird errors like stack is empty, but it's compiling. And if we go here and I say p1 dot dump bytecode, why is it doing that on the dump bytecode? I don't know. Did it not put anything there? Oh, I know why. We can't dump it. We haven't told it how to dump it yet. Okay. Core has issues. Let's do that. Let's tell it how to dump the bytecode. Where did we put this? I even told myself, it's mentioned it several times so that I wouldn't forget. Opcode, where do we put? We put it after array. So let's look for array. There we go. And in this case now, it's going to be we're going to substitute capital array for map. There. Now, all it does is print out map 0. Don't know how to execute it yet. That's next. Let's do that. After array, let's just yank that, copy it, and we're going to say now map. Need to make sure there's one item after it. The size is that. Stack check size times 2, because there needs to be a string and then the value. Okay. Now this is going to be not this is going to be a map of string garbage collected. We don't have the reserve. No, I can't do that. Oh, okay, okay. I see what it's doing. And it's not what I need to do. So we're going to do auto value is equal to stack.back, stack.popback, auto key is equal to stack.back, and then stack.popback. Okay, and then last we will say if type ID of the key is equal to the that's going to be star key is equal to the type ID of computed expression string, which it should be. If that's the case, then we will say contents dot, what was it, insert, and we need to give it a pair, which is a static cast to a computed expression, no, string. Key get value, comma, value, so if the key is a string, we insert it. Well, we get the string value of it and insert that in. Okay, and now I was popping it back each time anyway. And now I'll push back a make computed expression map with the contents. And it's not lacking something. Oh, garbage collected. That's why. It's not declared. Insert. Oh, okay. No back to computer expression string. I have done this more than once. You would think I would know how to do a static cast. Still not liking it. Oh, at that point it is a computed expression string because I've already dereferenced it. Hey, look! Tests are passing. That's a very good thing. That means stuff is just kind of working. So let's go back and we have our dump bytecode, which is just, it's creating a map with 0 items. And the get result, we don't have a way of testing it. Really. An empty map. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need to, you know, we're just not going to do this right now. Just because, well, we want to I'll add it as a to-do. I know. I'm just thinking. What if I did that as string? It says error stack is empty. What does this look like? A null value. No, that is the second one. Where's the dump bytecode for the first one? we go. Not exactly sure this is working. Okay. May have to come back to that. See, now if I add in the dump bytecode, I get map 0. So is asterisk not working? Okay, like I said, we'll come back to it. All right, let's do this one. And what do we have? We have a null value that is reserving space for A. Then we've got a string foo. Peak 1. Integer 5. Oh, that is weird. No, it's not. I understand what it's doing. It's doing exactly what I told it to do. So we've got this string called foo, right? And it's interpreting this right here as a string. And so it's saving it at the very beginning. And now it's saying load memory location 1, which is foo, load the integer. I've got a map of one item, and then poke that into 0, which is A. Then pop it, now peek it back, peek 1, which is the foo, call the index of it, and then print it. And that looks like it worked. So 840 is where the error is. Okay, so that one is working. We'll see this one. Which this one should have a bar and a foo. That's fine. We peek 2, which is foo, integer 5. Peek 1, which is bar, integer 3. Map of 2 items. Poke that into 0, which is A. Pop it. Now peek 0, which is A. Peek 1, which is bar. Call index. Print it. Pop the result of print. Peek 0, which is A. Peek 2, which is foo, and then index and print. That works. And I don't think we need to call this. If anything, all that we need to do is know that the result is, it's saying don't know how to index this expression. And I don't think that that is the right error message. I think it should be, which one are we going to? Computer expression map 5. So on the index, so let's say index does not exist in collection or in the map. Why are you doing this to me? Return Yeah. How do I return? I removed all of these. I don't remember what it looks like anymore. Uh, am I just being really, really silly? All right. Computed expression. Where's an error? Garbage collected make, computed expression error, error. Garbage collected make. Oh, garbage collected. I wrote garbage collected instead of computed expression. Um, and now the error is still gonna. I mean, I still haven't written the right error message, but now the last thing that I want to do. How are we? We've gone way too long. So I'm going to look at this again and say as string and see what the issue is. Syntax error, unexpected identifier, expecting int or float or Boolean. Huh. So I don't have an as string. I just have enter, float, or bool. But you know what? What if we did this as okay. I'm going to leave that. This should be execute, get results, nothing. There. I'm going to leave that there. I like the idea of saying as bool, and it should equal should be falsy, and I want to a non-empty object should be true. I'll just say false and true. And one of these should fail. A 12. Okay, so I don't know how to... Oh, no, I can do it a different way. Not that window. This window. So that's going to return a garbage collected value, and if it is an error, so computed expression error, what methods do I have available to me? Dump make copy is equal. Yeah. If I can cast it to a Boolean. Oh, no, wait. That won't work because if it's an error. I really need an is error. Okay. We'll worry about that later. I keep saying that. When will later come? I'm leaving it as a to-do. But don't know how to convert it to a Boolean. We're going to add that. That should be B3, B4. Where is this going to be? Boolean, Boolean, Boolean. Oh, it's near the bottom. Okay. Garbage collected Boolean, and now Boolean, and I don't need override. No, not string. Boolean. And what are we going to pass it? This arrow, is it contents? Dot size. And now figure out my double colon here. All right, one of them passed. Which one failed? 826. Converting it to a bool. Am I messing up the map size thing? Always got to look there. This is all the iterator stuff. Number of elements. It should be size. I just say does not equal 0. Will it be happier? Probably not. Those should have been equivalent. Dump it, see what's in it. Integer 5. Okay, this is wrong. Null val. It's not picking up the fact that this foo is there. Is it just because? For example, if I do that, still doesn't. If I say A is equal to what's the difference? Oh, my cast. No. Why isn't that showing up? This doesn't make sense to me. The problem is for some reason it's working here. The second one will have is it because in the first one I'm never referencing it? And I did reference it here as well, but I didn't see it because I'd never... I bet. Okay, so if I were to... The last one, is it going to have both of those? It just has bar. Okay, so I'm not getting it. Okay, I know why. What's happening is I'm not storing the string. So that's going to be no, it's in the AST. Right here. Compile preprocess. That line was missing. What am I missing? This, okay. I think the problem is I need this string so the preprocess doesn't do anything for a string, evidently. What does an identifier know? So when I compile, oh, compile literal. Preprocess, and I need to pass in preprocess state. Okay. That was just me not paying attention to what was being passed into compile preprocess. So now we've got foo and bar, foo, that, okay. So it's showing up. I can remove that one. So now I've got two things failing. Oh, okay. Because this should now be as bool. And we do get this string foo. Peek that. Integer 5, map 1, cast boolean. And that passes. Okay. That was a little bit more work than I anticipated. Okay, this one's working, but 850 whatever. This is not now. Oh. No, this is fine. I just didn't have the test right. Because... only one key is referenced. And that was, yeah. If earlier if a key wasn't referenced, it wasn't showing up in the... and some other stuff. Okay. Like, oh boy, that's a lot. But you know what we've got? We have these indexes. The only thing that we don't have is we don't have a way, if we had it like as string, and bison is in B6. And if I look for the word as, oh, it's going to be in a lot of places. What if I just search for the word bool? As boolean, as float, as int. And if I edit the include for AST node cast, string we're going to add that. AST node cast to whatever. Just adding stuff that why is it there. Cast string, which doesn't exist, but now we're going to do we have opcodes? Include, no, edit, include opcode. Cast string. And now we're going to need to there we go. Let's add these opcodes, and that's going to be numbers 8 and 9. Cast string, there we go. And now cast string. And this is going to be dunder string. And now see if that passes. Oh, stack is empty. Why is the stack empty? Oh, because I never added it to Bison, which is number 6. So I've got that, and now we'll just do string, string, and now we probably need to add this to flex. Well, string. And now, so I'm getting an error, stack is empty. And I would expect to get something else. Why don't we have any bytecode? Is it giving me a compile error is what I'm thinking. Unexpected cast string. Expecting string or int or float or boolean. Didn't I just add that? Let's look at Bison again. Cast string, string. Why is the question. Unexpected cast string. Why is it unexpected? If I have something as string. What does the as show up as? Make as, okay. So cast boolean doesn't show up anywhere else. Cast string just there. This isn't gonna... That should have cast as a string. If I say wool, why do I feel like just something is fundamentally broken? Oh! Because a map list no, if it's a single quote or a single colon, it's empty. No, that should be right. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say oh. Since I got rid of the first one. Oh. That may be the problem all along. Probably using with double quoted string. We'll just call it a string literal. Got rid of those problems. And that's probably going to fix my test problems. Oh, that makes me mad when that happens. Or when I do that, is a better way of putting it. Now, I still wanted the last change that I did in Bison. The reason is because the way I'd written it, a single colon was a map list, so you could have a single colon, comma, and then something else. And that, I don't want that. Let's see, what does it not like? Too many arguments to the function. Really? Alrighty, if you insist. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do this. Now, here's the thing. Oh, because probably it wasn't saying map. No? I know there's a redo button. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Should have just redone them. But anyway, yeah, it would have allowed for something like, don't want to put it there. Here, just put it there. Colon, comma, foo3. Don't want that. I do like the approach of having the single colon there. But what does that do? That is now letting us said it is. Oh, here it is. That's where it's printing it out. So I was like, why isn't it printing it out? Because I'm blind. Creating a map, cast a string. All right. And now if I There, how about that? Yeah, it should be foo colon 5. All right. I think that is, oh my goodness, a very good stopping point since it's 2:30 in the morning for me right now. And basically this took about 2 hours longer than I anticipated it would. But the good news is we got a lot done. So let's see what all's done. Oh boy. In the meantime, over on the left-hand side, okay, so we got our standard stuff in the make file. I probably need to break that out into into multiple lines, but okay. Node map, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this was adding support for strings. Excuse me, casting to strings. And our map stuff. We had to change the AST node stuff to protected. All right. Had to add a get value to our string. That's fine. That could probably be separate in a separate commit. So for the string get value, and in fact, let's do that right now. Computed expression string and include computed expression string. Before I add them, I just want to say diff. Just to make sure that only what I'm expecting to be in there is in there. And the answer is yes, that is the case. Okay, we'll add them and commit that first. That's good. Simple enough. Okay. Okay, so for the AST node cast, oh, but that's going to be in the opcode that will have the map thing. So we're just going to have to, I'm just going to have to put it all in rather than, I know you could do it by chunks, but for right now, I'm tired. Let's just make sure this all looks right. That's the test. Okay. For map type, and casting to string. All right. Now update our documentation. I know you can hear the computer kick in. Oh. All right, status. For episode, somebody tell me what episode we're on. Episode 55. It's a big one. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Well, that happens, I suppose. Update docs for episode 55. I think there was a lot of work there. Okay. And now, there we go. Around 8,700 lines of code, 2,700 lines of comments. And is that a good place to be in? Well, I mean, potentially. I've always thought that this project is probably going to be around 10,000 lines total. What do we have left to do? Well, we know that we're going to need to add. Well, we've got objects now. That's a good thing. Now we need to add bound functions. That is to be able to say, if a string is variable A, then say dot length and get the number of graphemes. Or the same way with the array size and the whatchamacallit size. Oh, and did I write an iterator? I didn't write a test for the iterator. Well, I got to do that. For the iterator for the map that we just wrote. But to be able to append to an array, to add something to an array, or maybe delete something from a map. Or maybe just ask if the map contains a value, or a key, or to rather than having to iterate through the array of keys, maybe we should iterate through the array of key value pairs. Iterate through key value pairs. Iterate through just the keys, or iterate through just the values. So, yeah, that's something we would want to sorry, my brain just kind of stopped working because, well, what I'm thinking of is that's something we would want to consider is all these different features that we want to add. So anyway, it's not too hard, but that's one thing. That's a native bound function. Then we've got to worry about, well, how do we what about just functions in general? What about a library? The ability for someone else to be able to write code that extends our library. Extends Tang itself. And again, the end goal is for Tang in and of itself to exist as a library that other pieces of code can add their functionality to. That's the kind of the grand scheme, so that when it's provided to the end user, they just see it as, oh, it's a scripting language that they can use, and all the functionality's there. Excuse me, sorry, I told you it's late. It's It is 2:46 a.m. for me at the moment, and so have probably gone into the area of rambling because I'm tired. So I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for the night. But as always, thank you for joining me on the journey, and hopefully that there was something in here helpful to you. So thank you. Have a great night. Bye.